Why do we often remember the first and last items on a list, but forget what's in the middle? Let me tell you a story. Alex had a history test soon. He needed to memorize all the US presidents in order. He wrote down the list from George Washington to the current president. When he tried to recall them, he remembered the first few names and the last few names, but the ones in the middle were a blur. He thought about other times this happened. At the grocery store, he remembered the first items his mom told him to buy and the last ones, but forgot the middle ones. In class, when his teacher read a list of words, he noticed he remembered the first and last words better. Alex realized this pattern happened a lot. When watching a movie, he often remembered the beginning and the end, but had trouble recalling the events in the middle. Even when meeting new people, he found it easier to remember the first and last names introduced in a group. Alex wanted to know why this happens. He asked his friend Mia, who studies psychology. Mia explained that it has to do with how we encode information into our memory. She said that encoding is like putting information into storage in our brain. The way we take in and organize information affects how easily we can recall it later. For example, if you cram everything into a closet without order, it's hard to find what you need. But if you organize items neatly, it's much easier to remember where things are. Similarly, the methods we use to encode information can help us remember it better. Mia said Alex's forgetting pattern is due to the serial position effect. We remember the first items, primacy effect, and the last items, recency effect, in a series better than the middle ones. Mia gave another example. When people attend a concert, they often remember the opening act and the final performance more vividly than those in the middle. This is because the position of information affects how we encode and recall it. To help Alex remember the presidents better, Mia suggested using mnemonic devices. For instance, people remember the colors of the rainbow by the name Roy G. Biv: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Another example is using never eat soggy waffles. Remember the cardinal directions: north, east, south, west. Alex thought about how he remembers the steps in a math problem by creating a simple phrase or story linking them together. This is a way of creating mental shortcuts to help recall information. Mia also mentioned the method of loci. This involves imagining placing each item you want to remember in specific spots in a familiar place, like your house. Alex imagined George Washington at his front door, John Adams in the living room, Thomas Jefferson in the kitchen, and so on. Mia explained that actors often use this technique to memorize long speeches by associating lines with different areas on a stage. Alex thought of another technique. When he remembers phone numbers, he breaks them into parts. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he thinks of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is called chunking. He grouped the presidents into chunks based on historical periods, like the Founding Fathers, Civil War era, and modern presidents. He realized that when he learns vocabulary words, grouping them by themes, like animals or food, helps him remember them better. He also recalled that studying for short periods over several days helps him learn better than cramming in one night. This is known as the spacing effect. By spreading out his studying, he found it easier to remember all the names. Mia pointed out that when practicing a musical instrument, daily short practice sessions are more effective than one long session. This helps the brain encode the skills more effectively. On test day, Alex recalled all the presidents in order. So, why do we remember some things better than others? It's because of how we encode them into our memory. By using techniques like mnemonic devices, the method of loci, chunking, and the spacing effect, Alex improved his memory. Maybe you can try them next time you need to remember something important. Remember, the way we encode information can make a big difference in how well we recall it later.